Welcome on in to the podcast, everyone. I am the assassin of the slaved mind, in the personification of personality, the executioner. And if you don't know, now you know. And off here to my left is my esteemed co-host, Violent Sal, with a silent B, Mr. Salvador Sanchez.
What's going on, Chris? And what's going on, everybody out there? You are listening to another episode of Good Times. That's right, the Good Times podcast. The only podcast you'd want to listen to while working out at the gym.
Ooh.
Yeah, fuck those inspirational guys.
Damn
it's all
right.
about us.
And all that shitty music they play at Planet Fitness, too.
Yeah, we want you laughing so you drop weights.
Exactly, and I've done that a few times.
Lift some weights, get some dates.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Like that guy that's on TikTok, he's all, if you want your arms to be swole, or on Monday we do arms, because if you want a vegan chick,
riding on your meat stick.
Yeah, riding on your meat stick. In the back of her jalopy click. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something random.
That guy's hilarious, man.
He's fucking hilarious. I don't even know his name. And I don't
Me
even
either.
follow him. And
Yeah,
he just keeps popping up.
Yeah, his shit just shows up.
I love it, man. I love it. He's fucking hilarious. Apparently he has a pretty good story. Were you the one that told me about the
Yeah,
story?
apparently, like, he was, like, one of those dudes that would just yell at you, like, at the gym all the time.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess he had, like, a heart problem or, like, some kind of surgical thing. And so, after that, he, like, decided, like, fuck it, I'm just going to be, like, hella funny now. And
I mean, it worked.
Hey,
it works,
yeah,
man.
works for him.
He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him years ago.
Okay.
And he'd be, like, all shirtless in his car, like, talking about, like, taking pre-workouts and shit. So maybe it was a heart problem. You know, if he's pumping all that fucking
pre-workout.
Yeah, all that pumping to
He's
him.
probably just snorting it. Oh, yeah.
What do you call it? Boofing? You ever heard of boofing?
No.
That's where you take coke, like, up the asshole.
What the
You put it in your butthole, and, like, it's supposed to work like a suppository.
What?
And apparently it hits you, like, faster and harder. So maybe he was boofing with the fucking pre-workout. He's just shoving C4 up his ass, you know?
And that C4 was ready to blow up his heart.
His butthole's about to blow. Oh,
Goddamn
man.
boofing.
So what's been going on? It's Halloween-y time.
Ooh. So welcome on to the podcast, everyone. I'm the executioner, and it's a Halloween.
Do you remember those old ghosts that would hang from, like, the ceiling or whatever, and they'd be all,
Oh, yeah.
dude, those things were fucking cool.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Halloween's not bad. Like, Halloween's cool. There's just certain decorations that I'm like, fuck that, man. I am not trying to get near those decorations. No, scorpions, rats. You don't ever see that shit, but yeah, there's certain ones that I'm like, what the fuck, man. And honestly, like, over the past, like, month or so, I've been doing a lot of DoorDash, and sometimes you have to go up to a few of the houses that have all that shit out there. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, man, I be getting freaked out because I'm waiting for something to just pop out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people have those pop-out decorations where it's like, and then you're like, oh my God. Like,
what always scared me when I was trick-or-treating was they would have, like, it made it look like a dummy was sitting on the chair.
Oh, yeah.
But it's actually a dude just dressed up or whatever, a scarecrow or something.
Those were funny.
And you knock on the door, and then all of a sudden, dude hops out at you. Do you want some candy? Or some shit like that, and scares the shit out of you. And
oh, dude, but the videos for that are hilarious.
Spill your candy everywhere.
When they pop out and the guy punches them. Oh God, my face! Like,
you're kind of asking for it if you do
absolutely.
that, right?
Like, you know the risk that you're, kind of putting yourself in when that shit happens.
Yeah, so absolutely. Like,
you want to die today? You about to die today? Like,
yeah, it's also crazy. Like, Halloween decorations, when as soon as, like, 4th of July is over, you start seeing, like, all the Halloween decorations in the store and stuff like that. Like, at my store, dude, they started super early too.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus.
And they start early because by the time, like, middle of October comes around, they're already selling, like, shit for, like, November. I've already seen stuff for Christmas already. You know,
we got
what I mean?
stuff for
like,
Christmas already set up.
So it's like October, November, December. It's all like not Halloween, but holiday shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, geez,
It's all
man.
about that, commercial business, man. That's what it's all about.
Commercial business.
Yeah. Talking about a commercial business. You remember the commercials for Carl's Jr. where it'd be that dude and he'd be like, without us, some guys would starve.
Oh,
come get yourself a Western bacon cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. and fucking don't bother me, I'm eating.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
And then as like he says that, it's like the guy eating it, and then you can hear the
sound effects yeah.
The ketchup like falling off and hitting the paper.
Crunching a tomato or an onion or something.
And it always sounded fucking good.
The best part, they need to bring these commercials back. They won't because of PC, but the hot fucking chicks just eating burgers. It's hot summer day. They're all like dripping in shit, and then the hamburger's dripping in shit.
Oh, yeah.
And they eat the hamburger or whatever, and then that dude just comes in. And he's like, he comes in the same thing. He's like, "Don't you wish you had some of this burger? Or don't you wish she was taking a bite out of your burger?" He says some shit like that, and damn, they need to bring those commercials back.
Dude, those were awesome, but you know exactly why they won't bring them back. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a damn shame.
Yeah, they're not going to bring it back because of the simple fact it's like, it's objectifying women and da-da-da. And I'm like, listen, there's so much shit that objectifies women nowadays, but in like totally different ways. Like, it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of Carl's Jr., there's a Carl's Jr. right by my work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe once a week I'll go over there for lunch or something like that. And this one time I was there for lunch. I'm sitting there eating my food, and I started listening to people's orders. And I realized that nobody ever just orders the food the way it is, like in the combo. So like if the number one is like superstar with cheese or whatever the fuck,
right?
It comes with tomatoes, cheese, fucking lettuce, and onions, right?
Right.
And then they never like just order that. They'll be like, "Oh, can I get this? But could I get, fucking extra lettuce or no lettuce, but double pickles or whatever the fuck?"
Yep.
Nobody just orders like the way it is.
That's true.
And so this lady was doing her order, and she said, she's like, "Can I get whatever burger it was? No bun, no lettuce, and don't wrap it in the paper."
What?
Like, you know how they like wrap it in a paper before they wrap it in the wax paper? Yeah. And so, no bun, no lettuce, and don't wrap it in the paper. Just put it in a box. So I'm guessing she got like one of the bigger burgers, maybe the what they call it, $6 burgers, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or premium burgers, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
So if she's not getting a bun and she's not getting lettuce, she's just getting a meat stack, like you from In and Out,
the Flying Dutchman.
But she's not getting paper on it either. So she's just getting meat in a box.
That's so weird.
Meat in a box with veggies.
So what if she's actually eating the box too? What if the box is like the patties?
Those are her carbs.
These are empty carbs,
Yeah. So then you can also hear the guys in the drive-thru. And the guy at the drive-thru orders a double Western with no barbecue sauce, which is stupid because that's kind of the Western in the double Western, right? So a double Western, no barbecue sauce, and can I have the onion rings on the side? So he's basically ordering a big Carl with no fucking sauce and then onion rings on the side. He's basically ordering a combo meal without ordering a combo meal.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and
you only get like 2 onion rings anyway.
Yeah. So you're not getting anything extra out of it. And if so, what are you going to dip your onion rings in? You just going to eat them plain?
I guess.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. I don't know. Honestly, like, what about you? Like, do you go and like order random shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know for me, like, I'm going and I'm just kind of ordering what's on the menu for the most part, unless it's like In and Out, and then I'm getting like a 4x1. We talked about this, and that's just because I don't want so much cheese.
Your giant meat stack.
The giant meat stack. And it's just because I just don't want so much cheese. Like, having the 4 patties and getting as much protein as possible to me is the best part. You know what I mean? That's what I want out of that meal. But if I'm going to Carl's Jr., I'm getting the double Western, the double Western. Like, all good. Like, you know what I mean? If I haven't been to McDonald's in a while, but usually if I go, it's like double, quarter pounder. Like, but I'm not asking like, can I get this off there? Can I get that off there? Like, there's all kinds of shit.
Yeah, like the double Western is good the way it is.
Absolutely. Oh, fuck yeah.
The meat, the cheese, the onion rings, and then the sauce.
Yeah.
It's good just the way it is.
So fucking good. Oh.
You know, or even like, I don't know, like a Big Mac. It's good the way it is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the fucking buns, the patties, and then the secret sauce. And then I think they got pickles on it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so.
They got something else in there. Onions, maybe. I don't know. But either way, like those things are just good the way it is. But like for me, if I go to a certain burger place, a lot of times I'll just order no tomato. But give me everything else on it.
Sure.
And a lot of times it's because I don't want an extra soggy burger. And tomatoes to me make it extra soggy.
Gotcha.
So other than that, that's the only thing I'm doing with the order. I'm not saying, oh, could you lettuce wrap it? Could you fucking take out the pickles? Could you give me extra grilled onions but on the side? And like all these people are ordering way too much shit with their shit. I think we're giving people too many options.
And I think the only time that, honestly, that you're really willing to do all of that is if you go to a spot like Five Guys where it's like mandatory for you to pick what you're getting.
Yeah,
you know
and then see, they even label everything in front of you.
Right.
That way you can...
And there's like you pick single patty or double patty, and then you pick everything else. Like, but if you're going to Carl's Jr. or somewhere that they have the set stuff, and you're just making it complicated, like, come on, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And I'm so glad I never like chose to work in fast food because of that reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you know you're gonna take an order for some old bitch or something like that. Oh, could I get a this burger? But I want the tomatoes cut in fucking fours. I want smiley faces drawn on my pickles. I want my patties cooked at like 300 degrees, but for only like 32 seconds or something like that. Like they're gonna get way too into it, and I'm like, bitch,
yeah,
just get the number 2.
Well, and then you got people that are like, can I get the what is it called, the Cobb salad without steak and without the tomato and the sauce, and I'm like, so you just want fucking romaine, bitch? Like, what the fuck?
Cut up lettuce, yeah,
exactly.
Maybe
like
a crouton thrown in.
Oh my goodness, dude, it doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm sure to them it makes sense. But shit, the people listening, I want to hear your fucking weird ass orders. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, send it into the podcast. Go to our Instagram at what is it? It's the Good Times.
It's the Good Times podcast.
There you go. Yeah, go to there and shoot the message. Like, what the fuck is your weird order? I want to know. I want to know what your fucking weird orders are.
Yeah. Do you get a Flying Dutchman with no lettuce or fucking 1 cheese and 6 meats or whatever the fuck? You know, what do you get?
That has to be like my weirdest order, and I don't really see a 4x1 as a weird order. It's just instead of getting 4 pieces of cheese, you get 1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
and then like how we were talking about on that last one with James and RJ.
Yeah,
my pickiest order is probably at Chipotle.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and it's because like I don't eat it with a fork. You know, I scoop it with a chip. So,
and on top of that, they're giving you the option.
Yeah, you're picking everything.
Right. It's not like you get the chicken bowl and that's the number 1 or the number 2 or the number 3. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I just had their what is it? Their brolic steak or something like that.
Brolic steak.
I don't know what the fuck it's called. The growlic steak or something like that. I don't know. Something. It's one of their new steak seasonings that they're using. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
I haven't tried it. I usually just get chicken.
Yeah, me too. I usually go half and half. Chicken steak, whatever it is.
I was gonna go to McDonald's because I really wanted some nuggets one day, and I was like, "Damn, man, I really could go for some nuggets with their buffalo sauce for nuggets, dude. Is fucking bomb."
Oh, it's been a while since I've had their buffalo sauce.
It's hella good. Yeah, I know you haven't had nuggets in a while because death.
Yeah, absolute and utter death.
Yeah, but dude, so I went there and I saw that they have the new Happy Meals. Or the adult Happy Meal.
The adult Happy Meals, yeah.
And it's called something else. It's not even called like an adult Happy Meal. It's called something stupid. And because one of my friends, she messaged me, she got one. I was like, oh, is that the adult Happy Meal? And she's like, oh yeah, it's it's this. Like, you haven't gotten the this meal. And I'm like, the what and what now meal? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I guess it's just like a regular combo meal, but wrapped up in the stupid box, and then it comes with an adult toy or like a throwback toy.
So I just found it. Earlier this month, the food chain brought back its recognizable figurines, the adult Happy Meal, called the Cactus Plant Flea Market Box.
What the fuck does that even mean?
How are you going to... Let me just say this. How are you going to have something called the Cactus Plant Flea Market Box and it not include Cactus Jack? Come on. Cactus Jack Flea Market Box would be fucking awesome. I would have went.
What does this have to do with a flea market anyway?
I don't know.
You know damn well there's no CEO, COO, CFO of McDonald's that goes to flea markets.
So apparently, Cactus Plant Flea Market is a streetwear brand that has been popularized by Kanye and Pharrell in recent years. The complex described its aesthetic as fluid and eccentric combination mixed with playful graphic imagery. Please fuck off. Like 100% fuck off. Like I feel like
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
Me either. And it just doesn't make it. And its elusive origins are a major appeal for brand's fans. Hoodies from the brand sell as much as $1,000 online marketplace at StockX.
Stupid collectors again.
Stupid fucking collectors are back.
See what I mean?
Jeez, bro. This is like the deepest rabbit hole I've been down since Flat Earth. I would tell you that much,
and this is just fast food. What the fuck, dude? You know what? With this whole like adult Happy Meal, this is like really showing you the like the pussification of adults now.
The pussification. What a fucking word.
Yeah, because have we gotten to this point where our generation and, one generation above us is so desperate for nostalgia that we have to make an adult-size Happy Meal?
Yeah, dude. Well,
that's a shame.
And it kind of comes back to, I think we've talked about it. I think we've talked about it before, but nostalgia is literally a drug.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you truly think about it, like we think about how things used to be and how they used to be so simple compared to where they're at now. But that's what we were thinking about the time before that then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it used to be so simple back in the 80s and the 90s. And we're like in the middle of the 2000s, you know what I mean? And now it's like 2022. Oh my God, I remember when 2000s and it was just so like simple back then. And I'm just thinking like they've literally made our lives so miserable. Or sorry, people have literally made their lives so miserable that nostalgia is the only thing that keeps them alive.
Yeah, I saw a meme.
Crazy.
And it was like, back in 2014. And it showed like a few things that happened in that time, right?
Sure.
And it's like, back when life was simple. I'm like, yeah, but back in 2014, people were saying, 2004, back when things were so simple, and it's like, you could just keep going back and back and back and saying that. But you know what? You don't hear like, your grandpa or fucking, some war veteran saying, things were much better back then. I remember fucking saltwater taffy. Like you don't hear them clamoring for nostalgia.
Right.
Like they've accepted where they're at and where they've been, and they don't look back.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of like they're in the moment. And I think that's part of the pussification with everybody now. Is like they're too busy looking back instead of like looking at what's now and what's next.
I agree.
They can't get over the fact that fucking, I don't know, Power Rangers aren't the same anymore. Something stupid like that. And being a Power Rangers fan, hey, I'm not clamoring like, I gotta go watch fucking Power Rangers when I get home, man. I just remember they were so cool. If I see a cool art piece or something on Instagram, I'll be like, that's dope. Like, that's it. I'm not doing anything past that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it does. And then to me, like when it comes down to it, I think it comes down to people are just so miserable, man. They're so fucking miserable.
Yeah,
that they're clamoring onto that. And it's funny. There's the old Friends quote by Chandler. I don't know if you ever seen Friends. I think you've seen a little bit, right?
Not really, but I know who Chandler is.
Yeah, Chandler Bing. At one point he was like, kind of said like, I wish they would, like, I wish you would know when you're in the good times, when you're in.
We're in the good times right now.
Yeah, I know.
The Good
right?
Times podcast.
I wish you could, like he said, I wish you could know when you're when you're actually in the good times, rather than later when you look back and think like those were the good times at the time.
And
I'm just like, start living a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is your life so fucking miserable that you have to look back all the fucking time? You know what I mean? It's like, if you're married to your past, you'll never be able to have a future at all. So fucking divorce your past. You know what I mean? And be in now. Because when you're living in today, you are living in a good time. Like right now, like it's me and you. Like we're not going to be sitting at this very table in this very house 20 years from now. You know what I mean? We're going to be doing some other stuff. We're probably going to be doing this podcast somewhere else. I might be dead. I don't know. Like,
yeah, you never know.
I'll be doing it from heaven.
Yeah, long distance.
Exactly. So then it's like, enjoy where you're at now and make the best of it. I'm not saying go full out YOLO and go fucking, go boof some fucking C4 and be like, oh yeah, I'm living now. Like I'm in the moment now. No, that's not what it's about. But just realize where you're at in the moment and just be grateful for it. Like, fuck's sake. Jeez.
Yeah, like if you can't get over the past, like you said, how are you going to have a future?
Exactly.
And the people that are like, oh, the good times were back then, why aren't you looking forward to any more good times?
Right.
Like, are you not planning anything? Oh, I'm planning a trip to fucking Disneyland. Okay, well, fucking, how about you have some good times at the happiest goddamn place on earth?
And it all comes.
It's okay to remember it.
Right.
But look forward to something else.
But I think people, like, even when people, like, when it comes up to the trip, they're like, oh, man, now I have to travel. Now I have to drive all the way over there.
Oh, gas is so expensive.
It's so much gas. And I'm like, yo, driving to wherever you're going is like half of the fun that you have anyway.
Dude. All the shit you see and, you know.
And all the dumb shit that happens. Somebody almost gets hit by a truck. Some guy's getting mooned. You know, you just never know what happens on the highway. Or you're
mooning some guy.
Whatever.
You're showing him how to boof from the car window.
Oh my goodness, man. But yeah, so it's like live in the fucking moment because that's the whole damn point. Like,
yeah. And you know what's crazy about this is that kids fucking live in the moment, right?
Right.
So if anybody's having good times right now, it's the kids.
Absolutely.
And they're having even more good times right now because McDonald's brought back their Happy Meal buckets, their Halloween buckets.
Yeah.
There's a ghost, there's a pumpkin, I think there's a zombie or something.
Yep.
And holy shit, man. Let's reminisce on some good times. Yeah. I had a few of those. And I used to have my micro machines in there. Do you remember micro machines? They were the real tiny, like, you know, cars and airplanes and shit like that.
Yeah. They were super, super small.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I used to throw all my micro machines in there.
I forgot about that.
And hell yeah, dude. Those things are dope.
See, I never like, I didn't get a lot of those. I think I had a few, but I never collected them. I was never a collector.
As a kid, are you a collector if you just have a shit ton of toys? Or do you just have a shit ton of toys? You're not a collector yet, right?
You're not a collector yet, yeah. Because I think we kind of specified in the previous episode that, like, when you're a collector, you're kind of just letting it sit there.
Okay.
You're just kind of using it. You know what I mean? You're not using it, sorry. So kids
yeah.
aren't collectors. They're just fucking kids with a toy box.
But you know who's collecting all this shit are the collectors. They're ordering all the fucking buckets, whatever, and they're reselling them.
Dude.
Fuckers.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, like anything to make a quick buck, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah.
And honestly, I guess I can't talk too much shit. Like I buy and resell stuff all the time, like just to make some profit here and there. It's a cool business to be in, but at the same time, understand what you're selling. You know what I mean? Like if it's just one fucking bucket, and you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything with this bucket. I just wanted to get it for fun. Let me sell it. But then you got these people that go to like multiple fucking spots and they're like buying out as much as possible just to fucking resell all of them, bro. I'm like, come on, get a fucking life. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's a little bit different because I feel like you're literally going out of your way to screw other people out of their opportunities. It's the same thing with people that are buying and reselling like PlayStations and Xboxes, all the new stuff. Like it's still hard to get a PlayStation at retail price because people are still reselling them.
I don't think I've ever seen a PlayStation 5 at Target or Walmart.
You're not gonna find one, bro. Like
Walmart
literally had to make like Walmart Plus just so that people could buy one. You know what I mean? Like
Damn.
get first dibs and stuff. I'm like,
that's fucking crazy, dude.
Like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of come to commerce is a lot different now, and now literally we're in Halloween now, and literally we're looking at the amount of stuff that's being done, the amount of costumes, the amount of decorations. It's fucking crazy. Like we literally just went to Marshall's the other day, and as soon as we walked in, the first thing that she sees is this fucking Halloween section, this smallest Halloween section right here on the right side of the corner. And bro, we were there for like an hour. And bro, like $170 later, and I'm like, geez, yo, like it's crazy, dude. There's so much shit.
I feel like Halloween in recent years has come back. Like it's really in style now. Because I remember a few years back, it wasn't the case. So I think it was like our generation and, say like our brother's generation that really brought it back. Because for a long time, it was pretty stagnant. Yeah. It was just like, oh, there's a Halloween party. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. But half the people don't even dress up.
That's true.
Now you see online and everywhere pretty much, oh, yeah, we're having a Halloween party, but it's this theme. So everybody has to dress up as a character from SpongeBob, or everybody has to be a fucking horror movie, character or something like that.
It's whores dressing up as whores.
Yeah. And you see all kinds of shit now as compared to a few years ago. Like I was saying, it was kind of meh. So we brought back Halloween. It's back in style. I'd say it's probably the second biggest holiday after Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny that I think about it too, because I remember going to parties over the past like 6-7 years, and it's like you can wear like costume optional. You know what I mean? Just show the fuck up and drink and get fucking drunk. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, for me,
give me enough drinks, I'll become a zombie by the end of the night.
Well, there was 1 year where, so for me, here's the thing. For me, I'm not a big Halloween fan for personal reasons and for also psychological reasons as well that I'm still dealing with. I'm just kidding, but there's like different reasons.
He saw a zombie once and they tried to boof him.
No, but it's like there's reasons why I like don't celebrate it. But when people have asked me to go, I just go as the most simplest thing that I can. And so over the past couple of years, it's just been like I have my fantasy championship belts. Like I get to wear them out. Like, you know what I mean? I get to wear them. Oh, what are you? I'm the fantasy champion. Like, look at my belt. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm the champ.
I remember that 1 year you went as like Adobe Photoshop. You just printed out the logo.
That's exactly what I was about to bring up. I literally saw somebody. I was just looking up, like, I looked up on Google simple Halloween costumes, and I saw that. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I do Photoshop. Like, that's literally what I do for, I make logos and all kinds of shit like that. And I'm like, I'm just going to do that. So I went, printed out the logo, cut it out. I put it on a drawstring and put it around my neck, and it was like a necklace, and that was it.
There you go.
I was Photoshopped for Halloween that day. Or that Halloween.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Now this year, I'm thinking like, dang, like, I might like end up dressing up as something, you know what I mean? Like, shit. So yeah, it is.
I don't know what we're going to dress up as this year. I haven't talked to Janet about it.
Something from South Korea or something like that. One of those things.
Or Argentina. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll have to see.
For those of you who don't know, Sal's wife got undrafted. She was released from South Korea for poor conduct, for workplace misconduct, and now she's been redrafted to Argentina.
Yeah, thankfully she's coming back though, so she won't be out of the country for much longer.
Yeah, she served her time in Argentina.
Yeah.
They compared to South Korea, it was supposed to be a 7-year stay. It's a 7-year contract. In Argentina, they don't fucking care. You can leave whenever you want. So
pretty much.
She's only been there for like a week.
She speaks Spanish too, so.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Weasel her way out of there, you know.
And now, a skit from Good Times Podcast.
My dearest Eleanor, the battle rages on. We have made much ground against these heathens. I much miss the comfort of your bosom. Your embrace keeps me strong throughout this war. I remember fondly when I first saw thy bosom. It was a red letter day for me. The 20 minutes it took you to get your dress down only enhanced my enjoyment. Fret not that thy nipples point in different directions. Though they appear to look lost, they found their way into my mouth. I remember suckling on them until I revealed my winkle to you. Oh, how thy face was shocked. Much to the surprise of myself and you, just the feeling of your breath was enough to make me liberate all of my froth all over thy face and misdirectioned acorns. But much to my dismay, you are not here with me now. I only have the company of my comrades. Luckily for us, one fellow soldier has enough bosom for all of us. You will be quite pleased that it will not take much more than your breath to satisfy me now. I have had much practice doing many of things with many of my men. In the name of fellowship and loyalty, every day at dawn there is a mandatory gathering to practice such things. Only once have I had to bend the knee for another, as usually I have them bend over for me. I have also caught a cough while being out here as well. Some men claim it is from us engaging with each other, but poppycock to that. I hope this letter finds you soon, and you will miss me so. I am writing you this at dawn, so I must be off for our gathering. With all my love, sincerely yours, Jamestown Power Bottom.
Well, let's get back into Halloween.
Okay.
And have you ever wondered what the history of Halloween was?
I have.
Well, let's learn about it right now.
Oh, have you? I'm just kidding.
Maybe. At this second, yes.
Yeah. Just right now. It just happened.
Yeah.
So I decided to jump onto Wikipedia.
The best place for knowledge.
Exactly. The only. So there's so many different variations of Halloween, and there's different things that you can kind of go over. But Halloween, less commonly known as All Halloween, All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Eve, because all the damn saints are in there, is a celebration observed by many countries on 31st of October, the eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. It begins the observance of All Hallow Tide, the time in the liturgical year dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, martyrs, and all the departed. One theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced by Celtic harvest festivals, particularly the Gaelic festival Samhain. I don't know what the fuck that.
I bet you they boofed a lot over there.
Yeah. Which are to be believed to have pagan roots. Some go further to suggest the Samhain may have the Christianized. Yeah, dude, this is fucking stupid. But
what's that last word you said? Samhain?
Samhain.
What the fuck's that?
So Samhain is a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the winter, or the darker half of the year. It is held on November 1st. Yeah, it is held on November 1st but the celebrations begin on the 31st of October. Since the Celtic or Celtic Day began and ended at sunset, this is about halfway between the autumn equinox, and it cuts off right there. So I don't feel like clicking it.
So you said a lot of words in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You want to narrow that down for us?
Yeah.
That way we just kind of get the points of when the day is and what it's about.
Absolutely. So Halloween is on October 31st, where you go and you do drugs in costumes with kids.
Yes.
That's easy. Simple as that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
That's the way I remember it.
That's the way I remember it. And speaking of drugs and all that, like, do you remember how they always told you, like, make sure to check your candy?
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be, you're going to find a razor in there. And I'm just
There's
thinking,
gonna be
like,
a razor blade in your apple.
Yeah.
First of all, when the fuck am I going to get an apple for trick-or-treating?
I know.
If I got an apple for trick-or-treating, I'd throw that shit back at their house. Fuckers.
Oh, my gosh.
No, but it was like, there's a needle in your fucking candy bar. And second of all, how big is that candy bar that I'm getting if there's a fucking needle in there? Because, they give away those fun-size, bite-size fucking candies now. They don't give away the real shit.
And I'm just thinking, like, okay, I know that there's, like, very evil people out there, okay? And I don't even want to go over, like, it's all over the news. They're all evil, like, whatever. But you really have to be twisted, like a twisted fucking person, to put a fucking, like, something sharp in a Laffy Taffy for a kid to eat. Like, what is the purpose of that?
I don't know.
Because, like, you would think, like, the purpose to kill people, I guess, in a sense, there's motivation behind it. There's motivation behind the person. But instead, you're just killing random kids, you know what I mean? Like if there's, like, 30 people in this town that are putting razor blades in candies, right? How do they know whose razor blade was that killed the kid? You know what I mean? They're like watching TV, and they're like 14 children dead from eating candy. Okay, but who killed them?
Yeah,
isn't that the whole point? Like, I thought people just killed for sport.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? So how do you know? Like, is there a tracker on there? Like, oh yeah, that was my kid right there. You know what I mean? That's the kid I killed. Like,
I did that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that shit doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, what I think doesn't make sense is that all year round, your parents tell you don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah.
And then on Halloween night, you go and knock on strangers' houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Take all the candy you can.
Yeah.
Kind of backwards there, right?
And then you always get, like, you always go up to the houses that have, like, the weird shit. You know what I mean? They, like, they give you, like, top ramen or something like that. Have you ever gotten top ramen before?
What the fuck? No.
Yeah, the top ramen packets.
I've never eaten top ramen either. So
okay.
If I got that, I'd just throw it away.
I've gone to places or houses that'll give you top ramen or something like that.
Wow.
Or again, apples, fruits, and stuff like that. Have you ever got apples and fruits?
I've gotten like those little boxes of raisins. The Sun-made
raisins.
I've gotten
raisins
those before.
Okay, that's another one.
I think I've gotten like fucking dried mangoes or whatever. Little packages of those or something.
Let me ask you a question. What would be the point of having raisins?
What do you mean?
What would be the point of giving out raisins instead of candy?
I don't know. It's still a sweet treat, but it's not chocolate, I guess. I don't know.
Well, all I know is that if you're giving out raisins because you think that they're more healthy than candy, look at the fucking box. I was looking at the box of, like, raisins. Bro, the fucking sugar content in raisins, like a box of those red fucking raisins, it's fucking astronomical and comparable to fucking candy.
Huh. I've
It's
never
fucking
looked.
crazy.
I don't even remember the last time I had raisins. So.
Dude, goldfish in general, like, the fat content's ridiculous. And I'm not just trying to be, like, real picky and stuff like that. Like, oh, look at the fat content on this. Like, I'm never going to eat it again. It's just like, if you're going to have a high fat content, just fucking give out candy. Give me fucking Snickers. I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not going to die. You know what I mean? Like, just give me fucking Snickers and we're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not
just don't
wrong.
give that shit fucking Milky Way either. Fuck that.
Oh, you don't like Milky Way?
No, hell no.
That's okay. I don't like Milky Way either.
That's the last one that I leave in there, and I'm like, okay, fine, all the candy's gone. I guess I'll have a fucking Milky Way.
I do that too.
And then you eat it, and you're like, I instantly
I do that with
regret it.
Milky Way and Snickers. Snickers are usually like towards the bottom for me.
Yeah.
first ones to go automatically. Reese's peanut butter cups.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's the Hershey bars.
Mm-hmm.
And then Twix.
Yep.
And then I'm not much of like the sugary candies. I'm more of the chocolatey candies. But hey, Skittles, M&Ms, what else? Oh, the Airheads.
Yep.
Yeah, give me those. Laffy Taffies, I don't really like Laffy Taffies anymore because they like really dry out your mouth.
Oh, dude.
And I need a moist mouth. You know, I'm not a dry mouth kind of guy.
Moister than an oyster.
Yeah, and then Smarties.
Oh, dude, I love Smarties.
Smarties are fucking bomb.
They really are.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody shits on them. Candy corn, I like them.
I love candy corn.
I knew somebody. Oh, I only eat the yellow part of the candy corn.
What?
It's the same fucking thing as the white and the orange, you dumb shit.
And it and it makes me think about like some of the like the Lifesavers. Like when you get Lifesavers, they have different colors. It's the same fucking flavor.
Yeah.
They're all the same flavor.
I think the gummy ones are different.
I don't like the red ones. Or like because there's certain candies out there that have different colors, but they're the same fucking flavor.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I can't eat this one because it doesn't taste as good. I'm like, bitch, it's the same one. It just has a different color.
I remember kids always saying that about Trix.
Oh, yeah.
The cereal. And they were like, oh, the red one's different from the blue one. No, it's not. No, it's not, Junior. It's the same bullshit, okay?
No, it's not, Junior. What are you, Chris Jericho?
Yeah. It's the same shit, stupid. Oh, speaking of Smarties, I remember reading a story to go back to the whole Halloween and killer candy shit. The reason that story got out is because this guy put something like some kind of poison into Smarties, this package of Smarties, and he gave it to his kid, and his kid died. The reason he did that is to try to get the insurance money from the kid. So ever since that time,
Must have been down bad. Shit.
Sounds like a bad dad to me.
Yeah, for real.
And ever since that's when like the whole story got out of, oh, check your candy because, you know, there could be something bad in it.
Right.
I don't know how it went from poison to razor blades, but razor blades and needles, but maybe that's because of crack in the 80s or something. You know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, apparently, because of that story, there's never been anything found like in candy that has killed somebody, or like no kid has ever died from that. But I mean, hey, if you play the long game, 50 years from now, there might be a kid that died from poison Laffy Taffy or some shit like that because of, fentanyl.
Yeah. And I'm not
the
saying
deadliest
that,
of highs.
And I'm not saying that it's not possible. Like, I'm not saying that it's not possible at all.
Oh, me either. I'm saying it's just a matter of time.
Right, absolutely. It's somebody, and there's, unfortunately, it's going to happen at some point, but it doesn't mean that we have to go full fucking overblown, like, check everything.
Yeah.
Now, the ones that made sense to me were the ones that were kind of open or already open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat that.
That's just kind of common sense.
Right,
anyway.
Exactly. Don't eat that shit. Like, if there's a fucking Snickers bar, like, no matter how good it is, it looks fucking good. I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
But if it's fucking open, don't eat it. Throw it away.
I always thought it was fucked up, the people that would give away, like, their old candy.
It's all expired from last year.
You open up your chocolate bar, the chocolate's, like, fucking, like, it looks like all dusty and shit,
Man.
It's all gray.
Dude, I kind of miss trick-or-treating for that reason. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? You just have no idea what you're going to get.
No. I remember this one time that me and Cody were going trick-or-treating, and his mom was going to take us somewhere. And this was like right in the main time that him and I were skaters, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
you were a skater boy?
Yeah.
You said see you later, boy?
Sure did. Yo, Avril Lavigne was fine back then, dude. I remember she put up a TikTok like a little while ago. Still looks the same.
Yeah?
Still in love with her.
Man, all that adrenochrome, man. All that adrenochrome.
Well, she's Canadian, so she's eating like fucking ham and shit like that.
Oh,
so
okay,
I think she's all right.
Yeah, see.
I don't know if they have that in Canada.
Yeah, Canadians don't do adrenochrome. They're too nice.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry about this. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so we were trying to take our skateboards with us. That way, it's fucking better than walking, right?
Fuck yeah.
And his mom, for some reason, was just like, no, you're not going to take your skateboards.
Oh,
and
man.
We're like, what the fuck? Why? And she's like, because you don't need to take them. She wouldn't give us an answer.
Why is Cody Baxter's mom the Flying Dutchman?
Yo, she kind of looked like the Flying Dutchman.
What? No, that's even...
Yo, she was old as fuck, dude. And his dad was even older.
Really?
Yeah. His dad was already like 70 by the time we were at St. Helens.
Damn, 70?
Yeah.
So
I thought my parents were old. Like, no, his were fucking.
So she's the Flying Dutchman, and he's so old that he's just the grounded Dutchman at that point. Then.
Yeah, he can't fly anymore.
He can't fly anymore. He's done.
He's the hovering Dutchman. He can't fly. He just hovers.
The barely getting up Dutchman.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were like, fuck, man, we want to take our skateboards.
Yeah.
So we got our pillowcases. We're like, oh, this is what we'll use for candy, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we threw our skateboards in the pillowcases.
Oh, shit.
So we were like, I don't know, 7th grade maybe. So we're like, maybe she won't notice.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
so
God.
we get in the car, and at the time they had a minivan.
Okay.
And so we got in the minivan, and we took off to wherever she dropped us off at, and she didn't say anything about the skateboards. So we're going up and down the neighborhoods, house to house, getting our candy and shit. And I think he got a call from her because I think he like had his dad's cell phone at the time.
Okay.
And so his mom called him and said, "Hey, like I'm on this corner, come over here."
Sure.
So we were stupid enough to like ride our skateboards over there.
Oh.
But I think one of us got the idea was like, "Hey, like we can't ride our skateboards to the van because then she's gonna yell at us for it."
Yeah.
So we put our skateboards back in the pillowcases, and it's got all the candy and shit in there.
Yeah.
So it looks like the pillowcase. It looks like we're walking around with that big fucking trash can right there because the skateboard's making its shape, whatever. There's candy in it and all kinds of shit, right?
And weight on that skateboard too.
Yeah, and so like we're kind of having to carry it by the trucks of the board and the case,
right?
And so we get in the van, and she's like, "Wow, you guys, hang on." Wow, you guys got a lot of you guys got a lot of candy. And so we're like, yeah, we did. And so then she's like, I saw some kids skateboarding. You guys should have brought yours too.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bitch, we were trying to bring we did, but we were trying to get our skateboards to show up, and you just didn't want us to bring them. What the fuck?
Oh my goodness. What a serious question. What would you think that if Cody Baxter listened to this episode,
you know what?
And he heard that we were calling his mom the Flying Dutchman. Wow, how do you think he'd
In
respond?
all honesty, I haven't talked to Cody in a long time.
Sure.
Since before high school.
Okay.
And I don't think he'd be mad at it. I think he'd find it funny that, I was making his mom sound like the Flying Dutchman. He might get a little, boofed at he might get a little boofed that I call his mom and dad old. However, they were old. So I'm not lying, okay? But Cody, don't mean anything by it, man. Just
your mom's old.
It's for the podcast.
Get over it.
It's for the podcast, man.
Yeah, your mom's old. Just get over it.
Yeah, and you know what? They're even older now, so can't say shit. All right. So what about you? Do you have any like funny trick-or-treating stories or anything?
So I will say that there was a few years. There was one year where we got told not to take our skateboards, and it was because it was the same thing. Like, oh, you don't want to take your skateboard out there because you guys are gonna have, like, there's so many kids, and you're gonna start crashing into kids.
Yeah, what is it with adults that hate skateboards?
I don't know. But I mean, that was literally how skateboarding all got popular, was because adults fucking hated it.
Skateboarding was the counterculture.
Right, exactly. And it was for that reason, because fucking parents were like, don't ever skateboard ever again.
You're ruining our handrails.
Yeah.
Old fucks.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Just put your hand on it. It doesn't matter if it's super slidey or waxy. It doesn't fucking matter anyway. You're going to put your hand on it, right?
You put your hand on worse shit, okay?
I know.
You put your hand on shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Touching your bee-hole when you're wiping.
Boofing.
Your boof hole.
Just out here boofing it. But I know there was one time where I think it was me and my sister. I was super young, and I was a Ninja Turtle, and my sister was a fairy. Okay, and this was actually, it's funny because this was actually in the
Which sister was this?
The oldest one out of the three.
Was it the lesbian, or the almost lesbian?
The almost lesbian. Poor Julia. She listens to this too. That's awesome.
She'll get a good laugh then.
Oh yeah, she definitely will be. So we were actually in the next neighborhood over, and this was a long ass time ago. Not next neighborhood over, but the next like cul-de-sac over, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the next Glock over.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're out there. I'm a Ninja Turtle. She's a fairy. And I remember her, like, we're going to, like, different houses. And every time they would open up the door, oh, my God, she's a fairy. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, bitch, I'm Michelangelo. What's good? What about me? Every fucking house.
How come I'm not cute? What the fuck?
Exactly. What the fuck? Like, are y'all mad because I'm a turtle? Like,
Probably,
are y'all mad because I'm green? Because I'm not fucking white like this bitch right here?
Yeah, for real.
Bro, like, that happened a lot. And I was just like, I was young as fuck, though. I was super young. And I was just like, okay, like, well, what about me? Like, yeah, nothing, man, nothing. Nobody would ever give a shit about me. And I fucking hate, like, you know what? Fuck this show. I'm out.
Yeah. I remember at school, we would dress up on Halloween or like whatever the last Friday before Halloween was or whatever.
Sure.
And I remember when we would dress up, we would do like a little parade. Each class would walk around the basketball courts. That way everybody can see your costumes and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And it seemed like all the, like, from 6th grade all the way to 8th grade, like, all the boys would just dress up as army guys. They'd just wear camo stuff, whatever. It
was super easy.
James and Adrian and, like Carlos, that's what they were every single year.
Really?
Yeah. And so I remember there's a year that, for some reason, either my mom or my brother had our camcorder, and they were recording, because my cousin went to St. Helens too.
Okay.
And so they were recording me and then recording her going, around taking a lap. And there's a video of it somewhere. I have no idea where it's at.
Shit.
But we're walking around, and the person in front of me, I think, is Ariel, and she's dressed like a cow, I think.
Oh, God.
And then I forgot what I'm dressed as. Maybe it was like Buzz Lightyear or something like that.
An army guy?
Space Ranger.
Oh,
okay?
Sorry.
And so we're walking, and all of a sudden, we're going, and I lift up my leg and pull out a huge fucking wedgie.
No.
Yeah, and like huge, like straight up in front of everybody, like just pulled that thing out.
You can hear the crusty and everything. Just
yeah. And dude, I remember watching that and just being like, "What the fuck?" I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah.
And I wish I could find it now, because that would be just the funniest shit ever.
That's
just seeing me take out an enormous wedgie.
Dude, that's awesome. And dude, there's so many old videos like that too, where you kind of look back and you're like, damn, like, did I really just do that?
Mm-hmm.
You do. For me growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of an asshole to my sisters, and I didn't realize it till later on.
That's what brothers are supposed to do.
Sure. And I didn't realize it till later on, because I had a camcorder. That's what they called them back in the day. A camcorder
with tape.
Yeah, exactly. I just had a camera back in the day, and I would ask my sister, like, hey, can you help me with, like, I'm trying to make a video for this. You just have to hold it. But dude, I'm like watching the clips, right? And I'm like, all right, aim it right here. And then, like, she kind of aims it, like, in the right spot, kind of not in the right spot. I'm like, no, aim it over here. And I'm like, damn, like, I sound like a dick. Like, after one try, she doesn't even get one try. She just, like, kind of puts it up in the right spot. No, stop it. And I was like, geez, dude, like, calm your ass down. Like, were you that fucking pissed off all the time?
Chris.
Like, exactly. Yeah, dude.
Chris,
I don't
mad
know.
at the world.
I guess I had high blood pressure by the time I was 9, but I
probably from all those nuggets, probably.
Man, I used to love nuggets, man. Now I can't have that shit no more.
Not no more.
It almost killed me.
That's right.
You don't want them nuggets to kill you.
Them nugs.
Them nugs are gonna kill you.
So one of the best parts about Halloween was the Halloween stories, the movies, all that shit. So I wrote a Halloween story.
Oh.
Would you like to hear it?
Yes, I would like to hear it.
Okay, here it goes.
Play the damn music.
So the name of my story is The Halloweenie. The story of the Halloweenie is a story of one weenie's struggle to do what it was always made to do. Be eaten. The Halloweenie started off like any weenie, freshly made and ready to be cooked and eaten.
Oh my God.
It was a Halloween barbecue, and it was going to be cooked along with all of its brothers. Their package was opened, the grill master took out a few weenies from the package and threw them on the grill.
Ooh.
After a little while, he grabbed a few more and did the same. After one more grab, the grill master got every last remaining weenie except the Hallow weenie. It was left in the package all by itself, forced to watch all of his brothers gladly be cooked and eaten and enjoyed by everyone that day. After the barbecue was over, the grill master started to clean up. And when he grabbed the package of weenies, he saw that there was one left inside. He took the package, and in the Halloweenie's head, he thought, yes, I'm going to be eaten finally. But sadly, that wasn't the case. The grill master tossed the package into the garbage with the Halloweenie still inside.
Oh.
The Halloweenie pulled himself out of the trash and found that everyone was gone. Nobody to cook him. Nobody to eat him. Just a weenie that's been tossed away. It had been a hot Halloween, and the heat began to take its toll on the Halloweenie. It began to cook, but not to a nice reddish brown, but to a smoky gray color. It also began to grow mold spots and start to smell. The Halloweenie started to walk around and look for somebody, anybody, to eat it. He came up to some people having a picnic, and he tried to sneak onto their plate. But after they got a whiff of its awful smell, they threw it out. He also found a meat market, and he tried to lay with some other weenies. But then the owner of the store saw how bad he looked compared to the other ones, and he threw him out in the dumpster.
Oh, no.
The sun was setting, and the Halloweenie pulled himself out of the dumpster, and to his amazement, he saw a dog digging through a trash can, looking for something to eat. He said to himself, surely the dog will eat me. Dogs, they'll eat anything. So the Halloweenie walked up to the dog, and he threw himself at it. The dog smelled it and made a face. The dog decided to take a taste and then spit him out immediately.
Oh, God.
It tasted terrible. The dog ran away in disgust. The Halloweenie felt terrible. Nobody, not even a dog, wanted to eat him.
Oh,
He smelled terrible, he looked hideous, and it tasted horrendous. So what was going to happen to him now? It was now nighttime, and the Halloweenie began sadly walking around. He then heard a weird groaning sound, and when he looked up, he saw a zombie. The zombie looked upset, so he went to see what was wrong. He asked the zombie why he was upset, and the zombie replied, I'm super hungry. I've been walking around all day asking for something to eat, but people were afraid of me. I'll eat anything, he said. The Halloweenie had found what he'd been looking for. A zombie isn't going to care if he was smelly or if he looked gross, because, well, so is a zombie. The Halloweenie told the zombie, hey, you can eat me. I've been looking for someone to eat me all day. And they've been saying the same thing about me that they've said about you. The zombie was thankful, very thankful, and agreed to eat the Halloweenie. And after the zombie had eaten the Halloweenie, his stomach began to rumble. Then it began to glow. A bright light shined, and then the zombie was transformed back into a living person.
What?
A zombie eating a near zombie weenie on Halloween night must have been the right conditions for such magic. And that is the story of the Halloweenie.
Wow. Bravo.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
So the zombie and the weenie had something in common.
Yeah.
They both wanted to be eaten.
Well, no, it's not that they both wanted to be eaten. The zombie wanted to eat something, but he couldn't find anything. And the Halloweenie wanted to be eaten, but he couldn't find anybody to eat him.
Yeah.
So, well, find somebody that's like you, and, somebody will gobble that weenie.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Well, I have one as well. And I didn't quite go the funny route with any Halloweenies here. I decided to just go the spooky route.
Oh, and by the way, that was an original story, so copyright.
Oh my gosh. So, this one is called Ball Pit.
Oh, God.
My balls in your pit.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. A mother took her eager 3-year-old son to a fast food restaurant for lunch. Ooh. The boy finished his lunch quickly and asked his mom if he could go play in the play area. The restaurant had a special little play area at the side with some tunnels, a slide, and a ball pit for kids filled with plastic balls. And those plastic balls probably had fentanyl. Mm-hmm. She watched as the boy crawled through the tunnels, went down the slide, and jumped into the ball pit. He jumped up and down and on brightly colored balls, dove into them and burrowed down under them. Burrowing down under the balls is what every kid's dream. It's every kid's dream.
Well, they burrowed out of the balls.
The boy had been playing for about 10 minutes when all of a sudden he stopped and began to cry really loud. The mother rushed to her son, picked him up, and asked him what was wrong. The little boy just wailed and pointed to his butt. His mother pulled down his pants and saw his 2 little red marks on one of his butt cheeks. She thought he must have just sat down on something sharp. But just to be sure, she took him to the hospital. A doctor examined the little boy in the emergency room and told the mother that the marks on her son's butt were from a snake bite.
Oh.
The doctor gave the boy an antidote for the snake poison and kept him in the hospital overnight for observation. The next day, the boy's mother returned to the fast food restaurant to complain. She approached the counter and shouted at one of the teenagers who worked there, "My son was bitten by a snake in your ball pit," the woman screamed. "You should count yourself lucky," said the teenager. "A kid got eaten by a shark in there last week."
What the heck?
The end.
Damn. What the hell else is underneath those balls?
I don't know. Well, we got sharks
Crabs?
and snakes and Mr. Krabs.
Jesus.
SpongeBob, fetch me the scary story with the ball pit. Yes, Mr. Krabs.
Yes, Mr. Krabs.
Jesus, man. Remind me not to go into the ball pits. Dude, ball pits when I was a kid were always hella cool.
They were pretty fun.
Except it seems like the balls were always, like, it seemed like they were already old at the time.
Absolutely.
And then, I don't even think they have play places anymore, huh?
Probably not.
Well, my kid's going to get ringworm.
Probably. Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, now instead of ball pits, it's foam pits and stuff like that.
But those are supposed to be even worse, right?
I don't have no idea, but I see those more than I do ball pits.
Did you hear about that porn star girl who was at, like, TwitchCon?
Oh, yeah.
She jumped into a foam pit and, like, broke her back?
She, like, broke, like, some vertebrae or some shit.
Yeah, and, like, she was, like, partially paralyzed or something.
Yeah. And, dude, you know what was the dumbest...
No more boofing for her.
See, and there's an original joke, because the only joke that I heard throughout that whole fucking time was, in her job, she gets her back broken, and now she's getting her back broken. I was like, okay, at first it was fucking hilarious. And then every fucking comment after that is the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, she got her back broken. Well, no, she really got her back broken. Her back's been broken. I'm like, y'all don't fucking read other comments, do you? Like, this is the dumbest fucking shit.
No, dude, nobody scrolls past like 10 comments anyway.
They really don't. They really don't. They just start throwing shit on there and whatnot.
The same thing, yeah.
Either way, I enjoyed ball pits. They were a lot of fun. But I know I'll say this, when I was younger, I mean, I already have a little bit of claustrophobia, so going too far under these fucking balls was a little too scary for me, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, like, it was still a lot of fun. I still had a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the craziest part about like those old play places at like a McDonald's or, you know, Chuck E. Cheese or whatever was like that maze you would have to go in and climb up and climb down or whatever just to get to the slide at the end.
Yeah.
And then the slide would like be hella staticky and your arm hairs all standing up and shit. And then as soon as you get down, you touch like the little metal pole just to go around the corner. You get shocked.
Every time, man.
Yeah, dude. Fuck those fucking slides. I hated them, man.
Oh, you know what? I just realized a place that has a ball pit is No Surrender. I was just over there like a couple weeks ago.
I've never been there.
It's actually pretty fun.
That's laser tag, right?
Yeah. Well, they have laser tag. They have like a small arcade, and then they have like an obstacle course that's like above the ground.
Oh, nice.
And then they have a play place, but right in the middle too, they have a Jesus Christ. I just keep hearing the damn buzzing. I can still hear it. What the fuck? Anyways, when so I'm there, but right in the middle they have the VR spot, and it's like a whole big cube of like VR, and it's for 4 people to get in there, and they put the VR on, and then you're actually stepping in the spot too, to where you can run and stuff like that. So there was 4 of us, and we go in, and we're all doing like the zombie thing. We decided to do like a zombie run where we're all gonna just kill zombies and stuff like that. Dude, it was actually a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So it's weird to get used to at first because you have to lean forward and actually run on the thing that's under you. And man, it's hard to get used to, but it's a lot of fun. And I will say this: when you're killing zombies and you're just going and doing the thing and you're running, and then you turn around and there's a motherfucker right there. Oh, that's some scary shit, right? Yeah. Oh God!
My nephew, he got one of those Oculus VRs.
Oh yeah.
And we were playing like some of the games that were on there, and holy shit, dude! Like some of that stuff is pretty spot on. It's pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
And even like the tutorial of like showing you how to grab something, how to do this, how to do that. Even that by itself is like, no, you have to stick your fucking arm out there to really grab the thing.
Right.
Press the button to grab it, and then pull it all the way back. And if you're gonna throw something, you have to throw it like you're really throwing it. And because it's not just like, video games, you press X, hold R1 to pull back, and then let go to throw it. Like it's a totally different kind of video game. And hey, you know what? We were doing one. We were all starting to sweat after this one, dude, because like I said, you literally have to do everything as if you're really there.
You're really exercising.
Pretty much, kind of.
You're pretty much like, especially in the zone like that, like you're exercising like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're getting chased by zombies and shit too, I'm sure you are too.
Hey, it was pretty fun, and honestly, I was thinking about it because like after we were like kind of talking about like, I kind of have like a slight headache. Like it feels like you almost have a headache, but like, or it's coming on, but you don't. I don't know. Did you have that feeling too after like using it for so long, or did you feel like you were out of it or anything like that? Like you weren't in tune with where you're at?
It wasn't a headache. And I wasn't feeling out of it. However, like I did feel like a
sensation,
like a
just
pressure,
boof?
like a pressure on my eyes or something.
You boofed a zombie.
I boofed my eyes, yeah. like I felt like, I don't know, like my eyes were strained or something like that. And it's probably because of me looking like at the screen, but like something's actually far away. So like it's probably just fucking with my depth perception or something like that.
Maybe.
But that's all I felt like. I didn't have a headache. I think Janet had a headache from when she did it.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, again, like for me, it wasn't like I didn't get a headache. It was just like, I don't know. It's like, it was like you're about to get a headache, you know what I mean? But you don't. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Like it's coming. Never mind. It's coming again. Never mind. Well, I'm coming.
I have arrived. Well, that kind of brings me to like just Halloween in general. Obviously, all these kids are like doing VR and shit, and they're spending a lot of time on the computer. At what point does Halloween and trick-or-treating just become a VR thing? How far away do you think we are from that?
I don't know, man, but I don't know about that, but the trunk-or-treating or the church-or-treating, like that shit where it's at a church or a school, that totally killed trick-or-treating in general already.
Think so?
Yeah, because, dude, at my house last year, we had like 11 kids show up.
Shit,
that's it. That's it. And we live in a pretty good area to where there would be a lot of kids walking around. Because I see them walking from school and shit all the time.
Sure.
And then, okay, like my parents, where their house is at, I can see why there wouldn't be a lot. Because it's kind of like, there's like kind of like a main road, and then there isn't really like a lot of like neighborhoods that close to each other.
Sure.
And
it's kind of small too.
Yeah, that too.
A smaller neighborhood.
And then like my brother's area,
and it's next to the tracks. People are gonna die.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My brother's area, there's like apartments across the street, like out of his neighborhood, right across the street. There's apartments and whatever. Why wouldn't there be a lot of kids going trick or treating there?
Absolutely.
But there's a church on the corner, and they do a trunk or treat, where you back your car up and you decorate your trunk to make it look all spooky and nasty and ooh.
What the fuck?
And you come up to the trunk and you grab a handful of candy, and then you move on to the next trunk.
Wow.
Yeah. Trunk or treats and church retreats, because they do it at churches too, like, oh, come in and pray with Jesus, or whether it's like, they ruin regular trick or treating.
Jeez,
and it's a damn shame.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, but VR, what are you gonna earn? Like, oh, you earned one fucking Dogecoin for going to this person's house.
Hey, shit. I mean, if I earned one Dogecoin just to go to somebody's house, I'd be pretty happy. I'm not going to lie, I guess.
Yeah. Dogecoin's what, like a nickel right now?
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it adds up, I guess.
Something like that. Oh, I don't know.
But then you might get more people trick-or-treating then.
Yeah.
And then guess what? If you're... Imagine if it was an open world kind of game. And like a Grand Theft Auto, right? Open world game. And you had to go... You made it like a mission. To where, you have to trick or treat at this neighborhood, but there's a clock on it, and the clock's counting down. And once trick or treating is done there, it moves to like another neighborhood on a different part of the map.
You got to get in the car and drive.
Yeah,
that actually sounds like a lot of fun, and honestly, that's something that GTA should do.
Copyright.
Just start your own damn game at this point. GTA 6
right?
coming out pretty soon. You better watch out.
Yeah, for real. They're gonna leak
pretty soon.
They're like, oh, it was a leak too.
Oh yeah, the fucking leak. There's a leak in the boat. Oh my god.
For real. Well, I think we can wrap it up here.
Like a willy.
Yep. No, like a weenie.
Oh,
a Halloweenie. Yeah. So, Chris, where can they find you on the social stuff?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the Most High for allowing me to do this. Second most, if you want to go ahead and find me, you can go ahead and just follow me on Instagram at _Herbalutioner, HERBA And from there, you can actually click on my link tree. From the link tree that I have, you'll be able to see my favorite Bible quote, be able to follow me on my YouTube. You'll be able to check out our link tree, our Instagram. You're also able to go and fill out a wellness profile. For those of you who don't know, since this last April, I'm down 54 pounds. I feel absolutely amazing. Tons of energy, tons of life, stuff. Everything has changed for me. And if it's something that you are looking to do, if you're looking to make a lifestyle change, go ahead and fill that out. We'll talk. And yeah, so we appreciate everybody that listens on in. Honestly, the feedback is a lot of fun, whether it's good or not. All I got to say is when you listen to the show, you can rate, hate, or masturbate. That's all I know. What about you, Sal? Where can they find you?
Not whacking off, I'll tell you that. You can find me on Instagram at BSALSANCHEZ. Don't forget to follow the show at It's the Good Times Podcast on Instagram. We put up all kinds of reels and posts on there, and occasionally a poll. And
my poll.
Oh. Yeah, his poll, my poll, a poll, the poll. Somebody get on the poll. Anyway, yeah, make sure you share all of our stuff with everybody. And if you go to my link tree in my Instagram, you'll find a link for my TeePublic, where I'm starting to take stuff from the show that I say and turn them into stickers and t-shirts.
Love it.
So, for example, I have one up there, Monopoly broke my arm.
That's right.
And you'll see the Monopoly guy with a broken arm. There's also a side skeeter. So if you remember that one. And then there's also front to back, never towards the sack.
I love that. That's great.
So go ahead and check it out. Get yourself a sticker. And if you do, I appreciate it very much. Well, for The Executioner, I'm Sal. And we'll see you next week on another episode of Good Times.